What was the process when you was commissioned to do?
Painting the Queen is a very protracted process. So you begin by approaching via an organisation of which she's a patron. So no individual just randomly contacts her to do it. So she has to be a patron of an organisation, and then obviously it's considered, and if it hasn't been done, then you've got a good chance of doing it. The next step is the organisation finds an artist who is sort of appropriate to that cause, be it nationality, if it's something to do with maybe the Commonwealth or something like that. In this case, like I say, it's Welsh Rugby Union, and it was an organisation which I was sort of affiliated to via a previous portrait of a man called Sir Tasker Watkins. They commissioned me to do a portrait of him, who was the president of the Welsh Rugby Union for a long time. And I think they saw it as a suitable sort of link, and so therefore the process started. It took about probably 2 years and all. Just came up to the 60th anniversary of the coronation, and it's very, very informal after that. You know, you're dealing with people who are directly connected to her, very much one-on-one. There's no middleman sort of thing, and there's hardly any kind of sense of protocol or anything. You just, you know, it's all done according to people's, you know, convenience and things. You go along, you choose what clothing you'd like Her Majesty to wear, and I said I don't want to choose. You know, you should choose, because I want it. It's all about comfort for me. It's all about very much the person, and they have to win the day really, and then that then gives the artist a sort of stall to sort of begin, and you know.
So they actually said to you that you could pick the clothes she wears?
I had this opportunity to select clothing from her wardrobe, yeah, which is quite a strange feeling, I think. But I didn't follow it through, so I didn't take part in that part of the process. I just sort of said, well, I'd like her to choose, and she elected to wear this sort of red wool, which is clearly a Welsh colour, and this daffodil, which was commissioned by the Welsh Rugby Union for the Silver Jubilee, a Diamond Jubilee. So it all ended up being very appropriate, and it's all about the person's personality. You want that to win through, and that's what helps the artist and steers you into a point of view that you take.
When you got criticism about the Queen, why do you think that was?
I think people find paintings these days a difficult thing to understand. The function in society, the media. We live in a world where the media is very transient, and we look at images in a flash, and we expect to respond to them in a flash. And when we see a painting, a human subject, a subject which is portrayed a lot in mainstream media, the role of painting is very questionable. We don't know what it does. So I think the way I approached it was not through a realistic photographic manner. It was done in a very much my own take, which was deeply personal. And of course, people are going to find that difficult to accommodate in the mainstream media. They don't know its place. They find it hard to understand where it sits. So the knee-jerk reaction to that is to edge towards criticism, because that's ultimately what the media does. Its role is really to find a critical element which can engage people.
Maybe because you're Welsh, maybe anything come of that?
I think that the Welsh element was probably something which could have humoured a few people in the first place. The fact is that it was commissioned by the Welsh Rugby Union, and the Queen has been a patron of the Welsh Rugby Union for 60 years, more now. So I couldn't see how that could have been a problem, but yeah, I mean, there might have been a touch of that. Although we're a long time now, subsumed into the idea of Great Britain and its a principality there, and I don't see how that could in any way alter someone's idea of a painting.
How did your family and friends feel when you painted the Queen? Did you?
They were very interested. My family and friends were very interested to see how I'd approach it. I was myself. I had no idea initially, but during the sitting, the ideas were starting to form, and see what kind of person she was. And you can only get that through sitting with somebody. You can't get that through any other ways.